almost at the end of the holiday shopping season, and I am thrilled for you because I know you've been working so hard. I am Chris Gio, and I am the founder of Merchant Method. I'm an independent retail consultant, and I help independent retailers and makers and small batch manufacturers that are already in business and already successful achieve that next level of profit. And I do it in a way that helps them find more ease in their business by utilizing the fundamentals of retail. So that's what I do. And I'm super excited to talk through my tips for helping you support last minute holiday shoppers. I know that we've had a long holiday season and that you're tired and the finish line is ahead. And so I'm really excited to give you a boost of much needed morale and some tips for you. You are in the right place again if you're an independent retailer or maker. But you're also in the right place if you support independent businesses in your community. I love to offer you and invite you to watch this video because it's great to know what small businesses are doing to contribute to local economies. Before we talk through getting through these next 5 days, we need to talk about what just happened this past Saturday. December 17. December 17, the last Saturday before the holidays, is traditionally known, it's not always the 17th, but that last Saturday is known as Super Saturday. It's also known as Panic Saturday, but I don't like that as much. Super Saturday might be a new phrase to you. It's not one that's well known amongst general customers and consumers. What gets so much media play and PR and focus are Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday. And the reason why they get all of that focus is because it's focused on the customer. It's focused on the consumer and their experience. Whereas Small Business Saturday is focused on retailers and businesses' sales volume that they can generate before the end of the shopping season on a day when most customers are able to go and shop. It is often known as a do or die day for retailers, a make or break day, and that single day can be the difference between ending the year in the accounting black or the accounting red. So, Super Saturday, I heard from my clients. I read in private Facebook groups, through Instagram, through comments on social media, and just my general reading that there's so much support for small businesses. Going into that Saturday, Friday, December 16th, only 53% of customers had finished their holiday shopping. So there was a lot of shopping to be had that Saturday. And if you experienced that giant Saturday, congratulations. I'm so excited for you. And it could be attributed to Super Saturday. Yet, we know that Saturday, December 24th, many businesses are open with shorter hours, but many businesses are open and there's still the opportunity for more retail volume. There's still a lot of shopping that's going to be done over these next 5 days. So that's what I want to talk with you about. So as of today, 5 days left. You're in the 4th fiscal week of December and the 8th fiscal week of the holiday shopping season. And so how to deal with last minute shoppers. Before we really talk through my advice and tips for you, I want to reframe who this last minute shopper is, because the kind of customer you're getting now and over the next 5 days is going to be different and in a different frame of mind and have different needs than the customer you got last week, 2 weeks ago, or even on Small Business Saturday. And if we don't address that and acknowledge it and move forward in our business, knowing that we are supporting a different kind of customer, we may lose opportunities to drive the revenue potential that we have. So when we think of last minute shoppers, I don't know if you were a fan of Family Ties, but I was, and that episode where Alex Keaton is shopping at the very last minute and has to shop at the gas station. We often think of the person who starts late for whatever reason. Maybe they're very busy professionally. They could be traveling in from out of town. Maybe it's the last minute shopper that likes to travel and then buy gifts wherever they're celebrating the holidays. It could also be someone who just likes the thrill of last minute shopping, right? So that's the traditional last minute shopper. But there are other kinds of last minute shoppers that you should be aware of. So another type of last minute shopper is the person who forgets and has holes in their list. Maybe they overlooked a neighbor in their community. Maybe they didn't realize that they were going to see a cousin at the upcoming celebrations and now needs to buy a gift for that person. So it could be that they're filling in. Maybe they even got invited to an event at the last minute and they want to find a gift for the host. There's that kind of shopper. Hi, Susie. And then there's also the shopper that they may have started all the way back at Small Business Saturday, but maybe they were more conservative in their buying and they are feeling more generous over time. Or maybe a gift that they were trying to put together or get, just it didn't pan out. And so now they need to find that replacement gift. And so even though these three types of last minute shoppers are different, and though we can never know everything about that last minute shopper, they have something in common. And the thing that they have in common is that there are 5 days left of shopping. And that's all you need to know about them in order to serve them in the way that is going to be really helpful to them. So some things to consider and think through before I share some advice is, oh yeah, we're going to talk about those, is some things to consider are time, right? And so because there's less time, the riskiness of getting the gift or feeling like the buyer's getting the gift wrong is high. The amount of time left for shipping is very, very low. And the proposition of getting a package shipped requires you to spend even more time waiting in a line. So that contributes to the anxiety. The journey of getting to your store is much more difficult because there's more traffic, there's less parking, there are delays. It just is that way at the end of the year. And there's generally a lot of overwhelm. We all are wrapping up our years, wrapping up the things we need to do professionally, getting our personal life in order. Maybe we're hosting people, maybe we're traveling, or maybe we're spending the holiday alone. Whatever the case may be, there's this general air of anxiety and overwhelm around us. So how do we respond to this is the question, because our approach for these days are going to be different than our approach in early November. And we respond to it by acknowledging it and then changing how we're selling and changing what we're selling. The days of having maybe a longer interaction with a customer are maybe days of earlier in the season where you could court a customer and really romance them and build the sale. It's unlikely that that long-term relationship is going to be the opportunity that walks in through your doors throughout the next few days. These are likely to be short, succinct, and maybe they might feel transactional, but I've got some tips for you on how to extend that feeling even after they've left your store or have clicked out of your shopping cart. So remember, customers are in a hurry, and what you want to do is provide an ease of experience. And when you can provide that ease, you're actually elevating and adding value to their experience with you. So I really love, one of the first tips I want to share with you and what I really love is simplifying your assortment, simplifying what you show them this time of year to the most giftable items. And you can determine what's right for you. It could be gifts under 15, gifts under 25, gifts under 50. It could be by theme for the cook, for the reader, for the artist. It could be for him or her. It could be whatever is appropriate for your business. But if you really take the time to hone in on the most giftable items and then re-merchandise them in your store or re-merchandise them on your website, it makes it that much more obvious to the customer. And that's really what is going to be most helpful to them, because the obvious giftable winner ensures that they're like identifying it and paying for it and out the door much quicker than the exploratory experience. For shoppers, that exploratory experience might have been more appropriate earlier on. So that's like the number one tip you can take advantage of. Some retailers start that early on in the holiday shopping season. If you have, awesome. And I would encourage you to refine even more and maybe make the placement of those giftable items that much more obvious. I love that as a shopper. Um, as they are paying, just ask them if they want their price tags removed, their price stickers removed, and if they need a gift certificate. And I find for most small businesses, when I purchase from them at any time of year, they wrap it in tissue and put it in a really beautiful giftable brown or paper bag that looks like a gift bag. And so I always feel like I'm getting a gift. I always feel like I'm getting a gift every day. If you do that, fantastic. Drop in a business card, throw in the gift receipt. But if you don't, and you don't have those types of materials, I would recommend taking a few of your new giftable items and just wrapping them and merchandising it with your presentation to make it that much more obvious that that's giftable, and to give your customer an opportunity to pick that pre-wrapped item up and out the door. It's going to be just such an ease. Oftentimes the amount of time I spend taking off price stickers and cutting and trimming price tags and things like that, it's a lot. And the activity of wrapping is another step in a process that last minute shoppers often feel like they don't have time for. All right. The second tip is to promote your gift cards and gift certificates. Oftentimes, gift givers feel like gift cards and gift certificates are thoughtless, they're impersonal, they feel like they phone it in. And retailers that have a lot of pride in selling and nurturing relationships, the gift certificate or gift card is secondary. But what you need to know, and what might help your customers feel better about purchasing a gift card or gift certificate, is that it's one of the most sought after gifts. It's been one of the most sought after gifts by recipients for the last 12 years, according to the National Retail Federation, according to Entrepreneur Magazine. So if you can share that bit of information, that even though for the gifter it doesn't feel genuine, for the recipient, it's a win. And I can speak to that from my experience. I never feel good giving a gift certificate, even when someone asks for it, but they love it and they tell me they love it. And I actually like it when I get them too. For you, feel motivated by it, because it is an invitation for potentially a new customer to come in your door, and that customer to spend maybe an incremental amount that they might never have before. As you package this gift certificate or send an e-gift certificate, whatever your process is, don't forget, include your business card. And I always love extending a verbal invitation to have that recipient come in. Oh, I'm so excited. They're going to love this gift certificate. Let them know when they come in, ask for Chris. Or let them know that they should come in the first week of February because we're going to have all new merchandise. Or we're having an event the last Thursday of January, the 28th. Have them come in. Extend that invitation for the gift giver to extend out, because how amazing does that gift giver feel? Like totally in the know. Oh, I'm so glad you like your gift. Chris said, come on in. She'd love to meet you. So that's a great way to add a little bit of personal touch to a gift that a gift giver can feel is impersonal. There's that. The last kind of tip I would share for you is what we've talked through is enabling a quicker experience, but we can't always make everything in the business super fast. And so sometimes customers will have to wait. What I would recommend for you is to give your customer a replacement activity to waiting, so they're not merely waiting. And you can either do that by setting aside a comfortable chair, though there might not be space in your business, or inviting them to do something else. Please feel free to have a look around. Please feel free to grab coffee. There's a great cafe 2 doors down, and come back in 10 minutes. Or even, I'm wrapping up your gifts. It's going to take a few minutes. Feel free to keep doing your thing in my neighborhood. I'll text you when I'm done. I love that restaurant approach in a retail setting. Restaurants, they'll often text you when your seat is ready, so you can come back from whatever bar you've been drinking at to come to the restaurant and eat dinner. I love that in a retail setting. That happened to me this weekend, and it allowed me to feel like I still had my place in line in business one, but then parallel track and shop the other businesses. So if you're providing a replacement activity, if customers have to wait, it's customer focused, and then you have less idle people, and it helps dampen the communal any communal anxiety that might be bubbling. My last tip for you is to nurture, like how to nurture this relationship beyond the transaction, because these transactions are going to be quick. They're not going to be your most giving, generous, hostess for the mostest type of transaction. If customers are coming to you, it's either because they're brand lovers, or they have the potential to be brand loyal. And what I've started doing very recently is responding to my e-receipts. The reason why I love that email address that's associated with an e-receipt, if your e-receipt has the opportunity for a response or a review, it's an amazing opportunity to continue that relationship, which is different than having someone commit to signing up for your newsletter and getting newsletters whenever you send them out, or committing to the permanence of a Yelp review or the publicity of a Yelp review. This just allows someone to email you after the fact, but you have to make the ask and you have to extend the invitation. And no one's extended it to me, but I've been using those e-receipts over the last 2 weeks to say to someone, hey, I really enjoyed meeting you and I'm so excited for this bracelet. And I'm able to share all that I want to share. What I love about that is not every website has an email address and not every website has a contact form. Yours probably does, and it might be hard for you to believe that a lot of businesses don't, but there are a lot out there that don't have that direct method of communication. And so what I might say is, hey, email me back on this e-receipt and let me know how, Mary liked it. I'd love to know. Or, hey, I'd love to know what you thought of it after you got it, or how this experience was. Please email me. All you need to do is ask, and it can extend that relationship just a bit. In addition to the generosity of extending the relationship, when you're asking for feedback, it's a great way to get customer feedback. It's an alternative to a focus group. It's not going to cost you the way that Yelp might cost you, and is another way to say, hey, I know it was fast, but I'd love to stay connected. So those are my tips for you. And if you are a customer that loves to support your small businesses, I think that we should all be using this channel of communication to say, hey, small business or maker, I love it. I know I've done that myself with small businesses from which I purchased during Small Business Saturday and Cyber Monday, and so I'd love to see that be utilized more. So here's what to do next. Thinking through what you can implement now, what's easy to implement now and realistic over through the next 5 days. Simplify your gift giving assortment and make it obvious. Simplify it into a few categories to make decision overwhelm and choice overwhelm significantly less. Ask customers if and how you can help with gift giving by removing price tags and stickers, and by asking if they want gift receipts. And don't forget to put in your gift card. Promote those gift cards. Or don't forget to put in your business card when you wrap up, but also promote those gift cards. Customers sometimes feel like they're not personable, but the recipients love them. And also extend the invitation that the receiver can come back to your store. Provide waiting customers an alternative to waiting, and then ask for feedback via the e-receipt. So those are my quick tips for you. Good luck over these next 5 days. I'm super excited for you. I'm taking a break next week, but I'll be back on Tuesday, the 3rd, January 3rd, and we're going to talk about the retailer's new year, which is not January 1st. So feel free to please like this Facebook page so you can get notified when I go live. And if you want to receive more information from me, go to my website, merchantmethod.com, and sign up for the newsletter. It's on every footer. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful holiday season. I hope you find some time to enjoy and relax in and around the edges. And I'll see you the first week of January. Bye.